Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael, and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a user C++ in the relationship subreddit. The post is titled, "I am suing my brother. My GF wants me to disown my parents too." I previously deleted the post just to be safe. But here's a summary. After I got a degree in computer science, my brother and his two partners recruited me to work a summer for them. They wanted me to set up their infrastructure for their new company in finance and investments. One summer turned into 2 years of free work as a secretary, receptionist, systems tech, personal assistant, accountant, research analyst. They paid me about 4 or 5 times, totaling about 7 to 8K in 2 years. When I left to start grad school, they were mad that I would not stay. When I finished grad school and put them on my resume, they lied to prospective employers about me. They denied I worked for them and said I was trying to use my brother's name to get ahead. They also accused me of visiting their office and sexually harassing female employees they never even had. I called them to ask them about it, and they, including my brother, just laughed about the whole thing and said I was getting what I deserved. Kind of like, it's what you get when you mess with us. My counselor and some other people from school, including my headhunter, helped me get a job, but I had to sue my brother and his partners for slander and other things. My brother called me to laugh about the lawsuit when they got served, but now they're scared, and my brother has my dad pressuring me to drop the lawsuit and just sit down with them both to work something out. My dad called this just a little big brother bullying little brother nonsense and demanded I drop the lawsuit. He and my mom uninvited me to Thanksgiving at their house, but my mom pretty much tried to stay out of it. I could tell this was hard for her. There's very little to update legally in terms of the lawsuit, but I had a laptop that contained lists of clients that my brother and his partners stole from their respective employers before they left to start the company. I didn't want to turn those files over to my attorney because things are bad enough for them already. My girlfriend had a different opinion. She wants me to just absolutely let them have it and crush them. I called my attorney and told them I had the files and dropped them off at his firm on the 9th. On the 10th, I got a call from his firm saying that my attorney needed to see me that very day. I went in and he said that the files would be turned over to the US Attorney's Office, so it's out of our hands now, but he really wanted to talk to me about my parents. He spoke to my dad and basically said that my dad is a world-class prick. He's going to subpoena both my parents to testify at a deposition and probably at trial if we make it that far. He wanted me to prepare myself for what they might say about me. He made it clear there is no turning back now. I didn't pay anything for my attorney to take the case, so his firm is very financially invested in this now. Basically, they're calling the shots now. I think my attorney thinks I'm weak or that I'll want to back off or take it easy on them. He actually told me that he knows my family would weaken me. I think he underestimates me. Anyway, he told me to just brace myself for the heat my dad will bring on me. I told him I had 2 older sisters on my side and my mother was pretty neutral. He said he assured me that my mother is absolutely not neutral, so he just told me to prepare for anything. So I got phone calls from my 2 sisters who both live about 300 miles away. They were disgusted with my dad and my brother's behavior and had told me they were 100% behind me. Now they told me that my girlfriend and I are uninvited to go see them and their children this Christmas. They told me they loved me, but that I needed to back off this lawsuit. This was a little bit of a shock. It didn't crush me, but it wasn't easy to hear. They won't be contacting me anymore and want me to not contact them, and they said they have their reasons. They both cried when they called, but I stayed calm. They also emailed my girlfriend to let her know about being uninvited to their homes for Christmas. My girlfriend blasted them both with a very scathing response that I wish she hadn't sent, but it's her decision how she responds to them. My dad is getting a little out of control. He confronted me and my girlfriend outside the house of a family friend who had us over for a holiday get-together on Sunday night. It got heated and I said some things that were probably below the belt and made him almost cry. His eyes watered and he was trying not to cry. Then my girlfriend jumped in and blasted him like she did my sisters. Basically, she's on a roll right now. I can tell the gloves have come off for her. My mom just stayed in my dad's truck and watched, but she couldn't hear anything, I don't think. For now, there's nothing else going on. Oh, one other thing. My attorney said my brother and his partners closed doors on their business already. They went under. They have filed some puzzling and contradictory responses to our lawsuit, which surprises me because my brother is smarter than that usually. They have now changed attorneys and retained a reputable firm. The first thing the new attorneys did is ask what it would take to settle. My attorney says their new attorneys are smart. They know it will be a bloodbath in court. I guess I'll just have to wait and see where it goes from here. But some of you commented from experience that the blowback from legal battles like this tears families apart for decades sometimes. I can see how this can happen and probably will. Edit. Some of you are asking about why my sisters changed their minds. I know now that my dad helped them both buy their respective houses. They both still owe him a lot of money for that. My best guess is he used that and maybe other things to coerce them into taking his side. TL.dr. Lawsuit is at a standstill. My sisters are now on my brother's side. I turned over the laptop and it looks like I'm gonna win, but it's not over till it's over. Update. Okay, let me begin by saying that I am not the original poster. I am his girlfriend. We live together and I read the update post. My boyfriend is moving on and was not going to post a last update, so I asked if I could and he said yes. Things have wrapped up. They signed a settlement agreement and now it is up to the judge to approve it. The judge won't do that for 2 more weeks, but apparently it's a formality. It's a sure thing he'll approve it is what the attorneys say anyway. As far as the settlement, I can't really disclose much, but I can say that it's close to what my boyfriend was suing for in terms of money figure. They had transferred their houses to their wives' names, which are in the process of being sold to pay off the settlement. The settlement included a written apology and complete admission of guilt from all 3 of the defendants. They also have to write apology letters and retractions to all the employers that refused to hire my boyfriend based on them slandering him. I think there were 4 companies in all. All 3 of them had their licenses taken away and will never work as financial advisors again in any state, apparently. They also will face a criminal investigation due to some forged signatures on some of the deals they made, which will lead to conviction but probably no jail time according to the experts. Financially, they are beyond ruined, which is what I thought they deserved the whole time. I know my boyfriend regrets this whole thing, and I understand that. It's still his family, and they were close at some point. I think he's better off without them anyway, but that's easy for me to say. His parents are totally a lost cause. I don't think there will be a reconciliation in this lifetime after what's happened. I thought my boyfriend would be open to one when the dust settled, but now I don't. During the mediation hearings, his mom and dad both testified. They both lied, but I knew his crooked dad would. I was shocked that the mother lied about there having been a verbal agreement that my boyfriend would work for his brother's company in exchange for room and board at the parents' house, and that the dad had also been paying him in cash for working. She said she witnessed my boyfriend refusing payment from his brother many times. She lied about a lot of other very hurtful things right there while my boyfriend sat there and watched her. She never looked at him, not once. His dad never looked at him either, but at least he sat there the whole time after he testified to support his older son and his friends. His mother left the room crying after she testified. I was not shocked that she testified because the attorney had said she might, but I was extremely shocked about the horrible things she said about my boyfriend. She will someday regret doing that to her son. Ugh, such an awful and just revolting and repulsive thing what she did. What she did to her youngest son is inexcusable. I was beyond utterly disgusted that she did that. Ugh, she really has no clue how much damage she did to her youngest son. I doubt he'll ever get over it, and I doubt he will ever want to see her again. Not to rant about the mother, but she lied and said disgusting things about her youngest son, and he's the only good son she has. He's the only one who doesn't owe his dad anything. He's the only one with a compassion and high morals. The only one who constantly worried about her and kept in touch with her. Ugh, she messed up in the most disgusting way. How can she do that? He was there for her more than her other 3 kids put together, all for a lawsuit that she had to know they were going to lose. Her testimony did nothing to help their case, nothing. She testified for absolutely no reason. We sent Christmas gifts to my boyfriend's sisters and their daughters. We received thank you cards in return. They haven't contacted my boyfriend since, but I have received a couple of hello emails from one of them. She never mentions my boyfriend or the family problems. She just says hello and asks how I'm doing. I just respond by saying we are both good and hope they are all doing well. I'm not sure where this will go, but it's a small step in what seems like will be a long road before they are allowed by their father to reconcile with their brother, or until they have the courage to do so without the dad's blessing. I think they are both too embarrassed to contact my boyfriend directly. I can sense that they are trying to find a way that will eventually lead them to him. I think they need to just contact him, but that's not my decision. I keep looking at this from my perspective, and my family is really close, so it's hard to watch what's going on with his family. I just think, what the hell, why do you do this to each other? But that's just how it is. Just to be clear, I knew very early on that my boyfriend's parents were toxic. I initially just wanted him to cut all ties with them. The way they sided with the older brother, knowing how he tried to destroy his own little brother's career, told me a lot. I wished back then that my boyfriend would just disown them, but I knew that was unrealistic at the time. I knew I was emotional and I backed off when I saw how stressed my boyfriend was. But things escalated and now I think my boyfriend's mom has dealt a death blow to any chance of reconciliation. I'm not just saying that because I'm against it. I'm not for it, and I'm disgusted with her, but I can see the damage she did up close. I'm afraid he may never forgive her. She just went overboard in such a horrible way. I have been talking to my dad about this the whole time, and everything has turned out exactly the way he said it would. Everybody, all parties are destroyed. It's like a bomb went off and everybody got hit. A deleted user said all those fools had to do was let OP use them as a job reference. That was it. Instead, the entitled morons blew up their whole family. Another deleted user said OP's lawyer warning him his mother was absolutely not neutral was great foreshadowing. To this, I'm a mage said, yup, and frankly, looking at the father's history of bad behavior and criminal activity, and the fact that the mother stayed with him through all that, not to mention the history of OP clearly being a scapegoat in that family, it was very obvious that the mother was not at all neutral. She is just a weak-willed coward. The lawyer would see this sort of thing all the time. This next post was made in the AITA subreddit by a user named Addie Malin. The post is titled, I told my friend that she is ruining her child's life with the name she gave her. I have been friends with Lorene for 17 years now, and we're really close. She recently gave birth to her daughter, and she and her husband recently told us the name. They decided to name their daughter Juliet, and her middle name is Maria. I thought the spelling was a joke until she told me they are serious. I told her that with that spelling of a simple but beautiful name, it is just going to ruin that little girl's life. She got mad and told me to stop ruining her mood and that I'm being mean. I'm completely honest. The spelling is just bad. Nothing else can explain it. Why ruin such a beautiful name by including letters that don't belong there? I texted her yesterday and told her that the little girl will try to change her name or at least go by her middle name since it's normal. She told me to stop texting her, that I'm a bad friend, and that I'm being the asshole for making fun of the name. I don't think I am. When I told her that the spelling is just bad, she went crazy. She told me that I'm the worst friend ever and that I would never be able to see her daughter again. After that, her husband sent me an email telling me to stop being so disrespectful. He thinks the spelling is cute and that it just makes her unique. Unique, yes. But that's just going to make that little girl suffer, and she will probably be bullied for that spelling. I haven't replied, and honestly, I don't think I'm the asshole here, but I thought I'd ask Reddit since you all are the best to judge. So, am I the asshole for telling my friend that the name she gave her daughter is bad and will ruin her life? Update. Alright, I get it. I'm an asshole for going after the name more than once. Sorry for that. I just sent her an apology text for doing it, yet I did write how she should try to look at it from another perspective. I also sent a few screenshots of the comments just for her to see what other people think of it. FYI, I'm supposed to be the godmother, which is why I was extra worried. My bad. Update 2. Hello again. I've been asked if there are any updates, and yes, there are. So I've been talking with Lorene a lot, and she's slowly starting to notice her mistake. I apologized again, and we are good again. We talked about the name, and she told me that she won't change it and really loves it, but is slowly understanding why it's weird for others, especially me. Her husband, on the other hand, is still pretty mad at me. He thinks that I took it too far and that my apologies aren't from the heart. I've been asked if I'm still the godmother, and yes, I am. There were thoughts of changing it, but now that we get along again, I'm back in the role. Back to the husband. He actually blocked me everywhere and is telling Lorene to do so too because he thinks that I'm manipulating and that I'm lying just so we can get close again. Doesn't make sense. I don't know. Well, either way, it's getting better with the relationship, just not with the name. Neptunia said, I never really understood the dire need for people's kids to have unique names that are just regular names spelled weird. It feels so juvenile. Do the parents feel like they aren't special? 5 Folhas said, on the positive side, she will always have an email address available with her name. A deleted user said, people need to remember that there will be an adult attached to whatever name you give them. The real world is merciless and absolutely will treat a person with a unique name differently. Legally, employers shouldn't discriminate, but they do. Consider your child's happiness rather than your own amusement. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and thank you also to partner of the channel, Gamersupps. Use code DLAM to support the channel and get 10% off of your purchase, link in the description. I'm sure many of you like me have a hankering for daily caffeine, so go check them out. Lately, I've been a big fan of Titty Milk and Acid Rain, but they've got dozens of other flavors for y'all to try out. Anyway, thanks again for reaching the end, and I hope you all have an amazing passage of the next 24 hours.